YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy, the 1J. Oh, say it with me now. Welcome back to the show. Your boy got a few videos he's going to do today, alright? I'm going to react to a few things. First, I told y'all, I'm always hitting some shit. First, I told y'all I'm going to react to the Reno Piedmont tornado. I told y'all it's supposed to be the last one, the 2011. So we're going to get this out the way. Shout out to June 1st, like we always do. Get those credits. Who make the videos, we just react to them over here. Hope all y'all are doing well. We're going to get to the Falcons game because today is Sunday. Your boy got off work. Your boy does not. I didn't get the score this time as opposed to last week. So, fresh. God, we need that game. Anyways, that. And I'm probably going to react to something else. One more thing. Yeah, one more thing. But anyways, let's get into this video, man. Hope all y'all are having a good day.
A tornado spools up near Hinton, Oklahoma. For the next 2 hours, central Oklahoma would be subjected to one of the strongest tornadoes ever recorded.
Alright then.
But in order to have one of the most powerful tornadoes ever, you need to have an exceptional weather setup. 2011 was a year of exceptional weather setups, with multiple tornado outbreaks in the month of April, including the infamous super outbreak on the 27th, where an unprecedented 4 EF5s and 11 EF4s terrorized and decimated much of the Deep South. The action continued into May, where on the 22nd, a worst-case scenario tornado impacted the city of Joplin, Missouri, marking the 5th EF5 of the year. Already, 525 lives were lost to tornadoes that year, making 2011 the deadliest tornado season in U.S. history in 80 years. The Storm Prediction Center forecasters would not have a break after the Joplin event, however, as there was another severe weather system taking shape, this time though in their own backyard of Oklahoma. A prominent, negatively tilted trough progressed overhead, prompting cyclogenesis over the southern high plains.
I'm doing it.
Atmospheric models were in agreement that deep moisture would pool east of the dry line and instability would fester under a stout capping inversion. Daytime heating would enhance this instability to 4,000 joules per kilogram above the mixed layer. To add to this explosive environment, shear profiles were near perfect for tornadic supercell thunderstorms. With all of that in place, SPC forecasters implemented a rare, high-risk with the midnight day 1 outlook, driven by the extreme probability for violent tornadoes.
Alright then.
The message was clear for residents and the target was obvious for storm chasers. There was a universal feeling of dread amongst all, as this was the type of setup that screamed killer tornadoes. And in a year like 2011, that was the last thing anybody wanted. Shortly before 1 p.m. local time, the SPC instituted a tornado watch with a particularly dangerous situation tag, which is saved for the most potent of severe weather setups. Storms would explode off of the dry line in western Oklahoma, quickly organizing into supercells. At 5:20 local time, the Canton Lake EF3 was touching down, marking it as the first strong tornado of the day. It churned for 13 miles with a lot of its path over Canton Lake. 11 minutes later, and further south, with what would become the main storm of the day, would spawn its first tornado west of the town of Lakiba. This EF3 would fortunately only mangle trees and power poles, but it was an appetizer for what was about to follow. Upon the rope out of the Lakiba EF3, this supercell would attempt to cycle its mesocyclone. In a rare twist of events, the original mesocyclone refused to quit, spawning the Piedmont tornado. It would quickly strengthen into a violent tornado, debarking trees within the first few miles of the path. Just north of the tornado is Raxpole, the University of Oklahoma's mobile radar. Tornado expert Howie Bluestein and his team would get a front row seat as the tornado would pass less than a mile to their south. They'd acquire some of the most high-fidelity radar scans of a tornado to date as it would cross Interstate 40. 3 motorists were killed as their vehicles were thrown 1,000 yards from the highway. A group of industrial buildings just north of the highway were the first structures hit, putting up little fight against the ferocious winds. Adjacent to those buildings was the Cactus 117 oil drilling rig. Cactus was in the process of drilling a new well at the corner of US 66 and North Courtney Road when this tornado came through. The tornado would topple and roll the 1.9 million pound drill, bending and shearing the massive drill shaft. East of the drill was the El Reno Mesonet site. This environmental monitoring site would take a glancing blow from the tornado, recording a wind gust of 151 miles per hour, the fastest ever wind speed measured by any of the Oklahoma Mesonet stations. The supercell now in overdrive, it would spawn a second tornado just north of the Piedmont tornado. In yet another rare turn of events, the tornadoes would Fujiwara about each other, merging into a single tornado. The parent storm was unfazed, and it plowed east-northeast towards Piedmont. It would miss the heart of town to the west and north, but multiple neighborhoods surrounding the town would bear the brunt of the tornado. Dozens of homes were completely slabbed, and trees debarked or even ground to a stump.
I was about to say, why is it called the Piedmont?
A truck was thrown so violently, its engine block was ripped out of the vehicle. Staying south of the town of Cashin, the tornado took aim at Guthrie. The town braced for an impact as a direct hit seemed inevitable. However, the supercell finally began to lose steam. The Piedmont tornado would hit the western half of town during its last moments, causing minor damage before roping out. Its 1 hour and 44-minute reign of terror drew to a close. The Piedmont and preceding tornadoes were far from the only tornadoes that day. In total, 49 tornadoes touched down on May 24th. To the south of Oklahoma City, 2 EF4s caused immense damage in the city of Chickasha and the town of Goldsby. While to the east, over in Arkansas, another EF4 would level the town of Denning. By the end of May 24th, 2011, 375 people were critically injured and 18 had lost their lives. While the Piedmont tornado did not directly impact a downtown, over its 65-mile-long path, it still managed to utterly devastate hundreds of homes and businesses. Residents picked up what was left for pieces, while meteorologists and engineers conducted a survey of the damage. The evidence left behind painted a bleak picture, cementing this tornado as the sixth and final EF5 of 2011. As of May 2024, Piedmont remains the second most recent EF5, further emphasizing the sheer gravity of this tornado's strength. In the darkness of its aftermath, there was still a shed of light. This tornado was observed with multiple high-resolution radars, presenting the opportunity for some serious scientific breakthroughs. The Raxpol team from OU had found wind speeds in the tornado had reached at least 295 miles per hour. Beyond that, they were able to observe storm-scale features and interactions that had yet to be explored in this level of detail, resulting in multiple research papers that painted a better picture of how supercells can spawn, maintain, and end their violent tornadoes. Multiple unique storm behaviors were also captured, including the failed occlusion and tornado merger. These findings helped push the limits of tornado meteorology. Of the 18 fatalities that day, 9 were in the Piedmont EF5. While this is still 9 too many, the total could have been much higher. Long lead times with warnings and strong communication of threats in the immediate wake of Joplin contributed to the limited number of lives lost. For example, the Cactus drilling operation had ample time to reach an anchored storage unit. That unit saved the lives of all 12 on site, as it was the only above-ground structure that had survived in miles.
Wow.
Had it not been there, the total fatalities could have easily doubled just at that one site alone. The El Reno Piedmont tornado made a strong case for being one of the most violent tornadoes in recorded history, but yet, the impacts of Joplin just days earlier meant that it would be relegated to its shadow. However, just 2 years later, the town of El Reno would once again be in the spotlight of tornado history.
Joplin got destroyed, man.
Hey folks, just a couple of June 1st admin things that I wanted to bring up at the end of this video. Number one, we just launched a brand new merch store over on...
Shout out to June 1st. Get your money, brother. Okay. Man, if y'all got another video, first off, shout out to June 1st. If y'all got another video with like footage or something, send me that. Yeah, comment that. Cause y'all know how I feel about videos like this. I did this cause one, you know, it had to be done. It was the last 2011 tornado that we haven't done. And yeah, y'all were asking for it. But if y'all have a video that y'all would prefer, or if there's a alternative video with footage in it, let me know. Maybe this tornado just didn't have a lot of footage. I don't know. I'm not aware. Y'all let me know though. Like I said, comment, share, subscribe to your boy. It's the 1J and I'm out. Hee hee.